Hello, Facebook Live. Hello, Facebook family. This is kind of spontaneous. And of course, we have the benefit of saving this video message and watching it again and again. And something just dropped in my spirit because I have been coaching and counseling with others during this crisis. And what I've been sharing with others, I want to share with you because I think it's a good practical way to cope with this stress. I mean, things are changing minute by minute. The rules, the reports, the policies, the updates are changing day by day. So I don't want you to feel like a failure. I don't want you to feel like you're unworthy. I don't want you to feel isolated or overwhelmed. What I'm finding and talking with others and observing a pattern is that there are those that feel like I'm all alone, I'm disconnected, nobody cares, frantic hysteria. And I have to be truthful. I have my moments of going up and down also, but for the most part, I'm pretty stable. So I don't want anybody to think that others they're just got it going on, they're just good, they're just great. I think we all have our moments because we're living in a very serious time of great uncertainty and new rules. We have to practice patience when we're making phone calls, to negotiate our bills, to ask questions, to file for unemployment, to make doctor's appointments. We have to have patience, understanding that the superhighway is just bogged down. So there will be glitches with technology. There's two things I want to share. One thing is that for the extroverts, I want to speak to the extroverts, the ones that are used to being busy and having something to do and love being outdoors. I know this is a challenge for you. For those that are introverts, they're like, I'm good. I'm used to being home. I know what to do. I'm good. I'm great. I'm fine. But for those that are extroverts, and you're used to being outdoors and you're used to going, may I make a couple of suggestions? And it's for me too, because one of the things I realize is that if you don't have a routine, if you don't wake up having an intention and a plan what you're going to do for the day, then panic and the enemy has access to your spirit. So wake up knowing that, okay, today is the day I'm going to clean out my closet, or today is the day I'm going to write in my journal, or today is the day I'm going to do some reading a specific book. Today is the day I'm going to clean out my inbox on my computer. Today is the day that I'm going to, clean out my drawers in my kitchen. Today is the day I'm going to make some phone calls. Today is the day I'm going to review the book that I'm writing. But get up with a plan, get up with a routine, because if you don't have a routine and if you don't set your day with an intention, then your mind is open to hysteria, a depression. The enemy has access to you to start having you going down the rabbit's hole. And also because a lot of people are not used to being home and they're home with their mate for the first time for an extended time, or you're home with your children for the first time for an extended time, or you're home with elders, caring for elders, and you're shut in. Please make sure that you practice some type of meditation or some patience with yourself and with others, because when we are in close proximity, you get on each other's nerves. When you are stressed and you are not used to being closed in, arguments can happen, abuse can happen, stress gets heightened. You don't know what to do. You're just walking around your house in circles. So please be very aware of, have a high intention that I'm going to recalibrate my thinking and I'm going to strive to be as peaceful as I possibly can. And if you have enough space in your home, sometimes you'll need space. You be in one room and they'll be in another room. But be aware of the high incidence of arguments and tension and stress when you're not used to being in close quarters and you experience cabin fever. Now, I've been talking with several coaching and counseling, I don't want to say clients, because I don't see them as clients. I just see them as people who trust me as a safe place to land. And I've been calling and receiving calls from people that are having anxiety and stress and they're alone. And I want to share with you today my jewel wellness tip. I want to share with you a coping skill. If you find that you're getting anxious, your anxiety has come flaring up, somebody pushed your button, you've been watching too much news and panic is setting in. Now, whether it is the COVID or whether it's just your job or a family member, this is a tip I want to share with you to ground yourself and not allow yourself to go off the deep end. It's called grounding. And what's important is that you activate all 5 senses. And you want to put certain things in place so that when the anxiety flares up, you are able to tap into those 5 senses immediately to ground yourself. So what am I talking about? You want to, when you feel the anxiety coming, you need to be able to smell something good. You need to be able to see something beautiful. You need to taste something that is good. You need to touch something that is good. And you need to hear something that is good. And it will ground you. It will bring you back. It will center you and stabilize your emotions. So let me give you an example. I was sharing with 2 wonderful ladies today about grounding. These 2 ladies live by themselves, and so they need to know these coping skills when the anxiety happens, when the button is pushed, when they hear something on the news, when they realize, oh my God, I'm shut up and I'm all by myself. Now, this grounding exercise is not only just for people living by themselves, but it's for those of you that want to put these tools in your toolbox. So let's first of all look at, you've got to hear something. Make sure you have music already queued up, your favorite song on your CD player or on YouTube, that you can immediately hear that song that will bring you back. You must hear something that is positive. It may be a CD. It may be a sermon that you love. It may be one of my CDs. Oh yeah, yeah, I'm going to say it. But whatever sound that appeals to your heart and soul, make sure you have that handy so you can hear something. The next thing is that you want to be able to touch something. This is called self-soothing. This is why children carry a blanket or a teddy bear, because it grounds them. It makes them feel secure. So what will make you feel secure? Is it your favorite coat, a favorite dress, a pillow, a comforter? Touch something. It may be even just hugging yourself, but touch something that grounds you. So not only do you need to hear something, but you need to touch something. Next, you need to taste something. We're talking about the 5 senses. Taste something. It could be coffee, it could be tea, it could be honey, it could be some peppermint on your tongue, it could be a chocolate chip cookie. But find something that when you taste it, it grounds you like, it makes you feel secure. Now, of course, I'm not talking about emotional eating where we're just stuffing our mouths. I'm talking about have something quick available that when you taste it, it reminds you of home. It reminds you of a good time. It reminds you that you are secure. I'm talking about self-soothing. So we've talked about sound and touch and taste. Next, you must see something beautiful. Yeah. See something. Is it a family photo of your child, your parent, your lover, your trip? Do you have pictures from your trip? I look at my pictures from Hawaii and South Africa and Norway and Malibu. I look at my Cody, my grandbaby's pictures. And when I look at his pictures and when I look at his videos, it calms me down. So find something that you can see. Use your eyes. Do you have some artwork in your home? Do you have a favorite book? Hey, maybe it's your favorite shoes. Maybe it's that outfit that when you're wearing that jazzy outfit, you feel good about yourself. Look at something. Let your eyes gaze on something that calms you down. Is it some artwork? Is it a family photo? Is it a trip? So we're talking about the 5 senses. You've got to hear something, touch something, taste something, see something, and last, you must be able to smell something that will ground you. Your five senses are important. And when you ground yourself with your five senses, it brings you back into the moment so that you're not going down the rabbit hole, so that your mind is not ruminating on dark scenarios. So what are the things that when you smell it, it makes you feel good? I have an infuser next to my bed that one of my sister friends gave me. And in the infuser, I have lavender, I have peppermint, I have eucalyptus. I love frankincense and myrrh. Maybe for some of you, it's vanilla. It could be eucalyptus. It could be the aroma of brownies cooking in the kitchen. But you must ground yourself by smelling something that makes you feel secure. Because what happens when we are in a panic mode or survival mode, we do not feel secure. We feel vulnerable. So won't you self-soothe in a positive way? See, when people self-soothe in a negative way, they become addicted to drugs and alcohol and street chemicals that are harmful and dangerous. That's self-soothing in a negative way. I'm talking about self-soothing in a healthy and positive way. I too have experienced a little bit of anxiety, like, oh my God, what's happening? And so I'm minimizing how much news I watch. And I'm trying to keep myself busy. I'm trying to engage in things that make me feel like some sense of normalcy in my life. I'm working on developing some type of a routine. I get up, I get dressed, I don't stay in my night clothes, and I get up and, try to have a sense of normalcy, because that's what I can control. What I can't control is what puts me or you into a sense of panic, and we feel very, very what's happening. Share those things with you. I can adapt. We are experiencing new normal. We know, we're smart enough to know that when this pandemic is over, things are going to be changed about how we do things. Our lifestyles are going to change. The way we interact with one another is going to change. So hurry up and adapt. Don't drag your feet. Don't get mad at God. Don't get mad at anybody else. This is not the time to point fingers. This is the time to point inward and ask God to guide you and to sustain you. This is the time to point inward. What can I do? Who am I? How am I surviving this? How will I adapt? What changes will I make in my food, my spending habits, my attitude, my faith, my prayer life? I want to thank you so much for watching and learning about grounding yourself. And as tools come to my spirit that I'll share with you, and I'll go online and share it. So I'm going to ask you to hit the share button and share it with others. If you find this helpful, why don't you send me some hearts and let me know, did this help at all? It just hit me. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do a video really quickly because this grounding exercise is so powerful, and I wanted to share it with you because whether we are in a health crisis or a financial crisis or a relationship crisis, we need to know how to self-soothe. So please let me know if this has helped you at all. Why don't you put in your comments anything that you found helpful and insightful? Remember to hit the share button and let other people know about this video. And if you're just now getting online, posting this video when we finish so that you can go back and renew it and watch it again, okay? Remember to visit my website, jeweldiamondtaylor.com, and my website, womenonthegrow.org. jeweldiamondtaylor.com and womenonthegrow.org. I want to thank all of you that have been calling my 24-hour inspiration line. If you didn't know I have it, it is 310-526-2552. Let me give a shout out to Joanne Mitchell, who is part of our Women on the Grow tribe. She has sponsored that line. We're so grateful to Joanne for sponsoring that line. I need to go in and update it when I get finished with this video today. But again, God bless you. And remember, we are going to get through this together. And we are going to be safe. We're going to be smart. And we're going to flatten the curve by being obedient and just trusting God and learning how to minimize our activity, minimize the stress, minimize the doubt, minimize the spending, minimize the conflict and hatred, and know that we're all in this together. And we got to get through this together. This is no time for hating. This is no time for criticism. This is no time for pointing fingers. God is looking at each and every one of us to do our part, to be a part of the healing. I love you. I send you my blessings. God bless you, and stay in the light.